Nissan GT-R. This is a power struggle. Between them is more than 1,100 horsepower. The ZL1, 580. The GT-R, 545. And they both try valiantly to put their excess power down. The GT-R with all-wheel drive, the ZL1 with performance traction management, PTM. The ZL1 isn't just a muscle-bound Camaro. It borrows much of its technology from the Cadillac CTS-V and Corvette. The Corvette Grand Sport was actually the team's performance benchmark. Massive sticky Goodyears work with magnetic ride control to give superb stability, and when not on the track, allows the ZL1 to be a comfortable cruiser. It is the perfect balance of pony car and sports car. The ZL1 compared to the SS isn't just a notch above, it's 5 notches above. But compared to the GT-R, it's not quite there. The GT-R is very edgy. It's very supercar-ish. The ZL1 is a really high-performing muscle car, to the point where it really doesn't have any good competitors. Its only competitor is its brother in the Corvette, the Grand Sport, the car at which they actually baselined for the performance of the new ZL1. The GT-R is a video game brought to life. Its intelligent all-wheel drive and rock-solid suspension allows the twin-turbo V6 a maximum of grip. It never falters when clicking through its impossibly close-ratio twin-clutch gearbox. Where the ZL1 requires a deft touch to dance around a corner, the GT-R seems to drive itself. There's a big horsepower disparity between the two, but the GT-R makes up for that horsepower disparity by being all-wheel drive. Both cars obviously have a lot of technology in them, particularly with the Camaro ZL1 being introduced with PTM. The GT-R, however, doesn't have PTM, but it does have active differentials, intelligent Bilstein shock absorbers that can adjust between 2 settings, and a variety of different electronic aids to help stability control. It's very difficult to get the Nissan GT-R sideways, whereas the Camaro ZL1 will do it if you look at it funny. So on our track test, the ZL1 was a bit of a handful, and it definitely took a lot more effort to drive fast, but was far more rewarding. The GT-R, on the other hand, just understeered and drove like a video game. On throttle, off throttle, squeeze a paddle here, squeeze a paddle there. Out here on the road, the Nissan GT-R drives fairly well. It feels quite stiff, quite solid, as it has in many of our past reviews. And in comparison to the ZL1 is much more comfortable. I wouldn't go far as to saying it's plush, but it just has that softness and quietness and the low revving V8. When you're loping along up a mountain road, you can just leave it in 3rd or 4th gear and Whereas Nissan GT-R, you're going through the gears, you're constantly hearing the gear whine, everything's working. It really sounds like you're driving something that just wants to go, whereas the Camaro can slow down and be comfortable. At the track, the GT-R dominated lap times by 2.8 seconds. The tight corners of Indy Motorsports Ranch and 40-degree weather played into its hands. Costing an extra $40,000, this wasn't a big surprise. What was, however, is the ability of the ZL1 to absorb curbing, helping it to shorten corners and straighten bends. On a hot day, the ZL1 may have had a chance, but not today. When the dust settled and the sun set, we all agreed the ZL1 offered a superb everyday usability. But if you have to dominate a track, the GT-R makes it easy.